Hi folks, those of you who are Land Cruiser super fans will know that I was chasing down a squeak on the front end of the Land Cruiser. I thought it was my steering pump and a whole bunch of other stuff, but actually it turns out that it was the lower ball joint, which I diagnosed using my mechanic stethoscope. You'll have seen that maybe in another video. But note the dosings of penetrating oil that are on there, because I need to replace the whole lower control arm, because the lower control arm bushes are also shot to pieces. The bushes themselves have separated. There's a steel core and then a rubber coating, and it's all just delaminated and come apart. So I'm going to have to replace the entire thing. Now, on the Land Cruiser, Toyota don't sell a bush that you can swap in for the lower control arm. They don't even sell a ball joint. You have to buy the aftermarket parts. What I'm doing instead is buying the entire lower control arm from SuperPro, because I can do that and it comes pre-fitted with the bushing, with the lower ball joint, and they are half the price of Toyota. And they have now arrived. So I'm going to have a look and see what the quality is like, what the thickness of the steel is. I'm not tackling this job yet because I need to finish the rear diff first. Frankly, that's like, I can't move the car right now because the oil is still dripping out. Sort that first, and then I'll tackle the SuperPro arms. But this should be easier than me trying to do bushes and pressing. If I just replace the whole lower control arm, that should be faster. And also, this is a dry job. I don't have to bother with front diff fluid and removing drive shafts or anything. This should be relatively straightforward. Just big heavy bolts, pulling off the old lower control arms, let them drop out the floor, and put them back on again. But we have SuperPro, shiny parts. Let's have a look at what has arrived from 4x4 Works down in Cambridgeshire, I think. These parts have just arrived from 4x4 Works. It's a SuperPro part which has been on back order. I did check with Patch. He wasn't able to get them because they'd have to be drop shipped anyway, so they'd still have to travel through the US before ultimately coming to me. I got a good price from 4x4 Works. These are about £600 for a pair of the front lower control arms. That is without question the biggest SuperPro box I have ever seen in my life. Usually it's little bushings that are like little tiny things. This is a big boy. Nice heavy duty cardboard box. These have obviously been able to move around quite a bit during transport. Silica packets, keep them. That is the bush for the rear lower control arm bush, which stays in the chassis. I'll either have to cut that out or burn that out, but I do have a patch tool specifically for the job, specifically for pressing out that lower control arm bush, so I've bought one of them. Right, pair of lower control arms. I've no idea what that's for. Is that supposed to be sitting on the end or something? I don't know, but it wasn't. That's not as heavy as I expected it to be, so that's good news. That is some thick AF steel. That's good news. Let me get the calipers on that. As soon as I find out what drawer, I keep stuffing them in. 5mm steel. 5mm. 4.5 there. So good thick steel. I'll see how that compares to the standard ones also. Not right now, but I will. Here's the reason why I bought this one. This lower control arm bush is already pressed in place. I don't have a press here in my humble garage. I didn't really want to do that. So this one already has a pressed bush in place. The lower ball joint is already in place. I don't have to have, I don't have a press. So that lower ball joint is already in position. I've got, you know, impact ball joint clamps and stuff, but it's just a fuss that I didn't want to bother with. So it's already C-clipped in place, and it has the lock stopper for the steering. That looks great. I've got new bump stops to go on. That's got a letter R on it, so I'm assuming that is the right. Oh, hello. These components must be fitted by a qualified person only. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, we're gonna have a go anyway. Jack stands, remove front tire, remove swivel. Ah, nice. It's actually got some good step-by-step instructions here, including instructions for pressing through the joint. That's good news. Torsion bar reinforcing kit. Don't think I need that, to be honest. That's great. That comes with actual instructions on a piece of paper. I'm pleased to see that. Second lower control arm. Again, bush is pressed into place. Nice, it's got a transport cup on it so that the rubber boot doesn't get damaged except it's damaged. What? I don't think I can fit a torn ball joint boot. Hang on, hang on. I'm gonna have to pull these off now. This one has a burst boot. I don't think I can fit that. Should I fit a lower control arm which already has a burst boot on the ball joint now? Should I fit a boot that is burst? No, I hardly think they're going to last 25 years if they've got a burst ball joint boot. Okay, I'll have to call 4x4 Works, and actually, first of all, I'll ask the opinion of some friends, and then I'll decide what to do. That's a bummer. Is that a no-no? Should I not fit this? Or is that trivial? What do you think? Well, obviously not ideal. I can't fit those. I have to now sort out with 4x4 Works whether I have to replace the whole arms or can they do me a reboot kit, something like that. But I can't fit those ball joints because a torn boot here in the UK is an MOT failure. Even a hole as tiny as that fails your MOT, which is your mandatory roadworthiness test. I'll drop them an email, see what they say, and in the meantime, I just got to wait for my parts for the rear diff lock, and I'll sort that first. Besides, maybe the weather will get warmer before I have to do the lower control arms. That would be nice. Thank you for watching. If that was interesting, hit like, subscribe for more. Stay safe, make good decisions if you can, and I will see you in another video very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.